All right. So again, I say we've got some amazing stuff to cover. Fiona's going to cover some stuff from Super Saturday, and I'm going to run through some amazing recognition because this team is absolutely on fire. So are you ready? And now, if you hear somebody's name that is on this list and this person is not on the call, then they're missing out on the love and the recognition that they so truly deserve. So I encourage you, please, to ask them to jump on the next call so we can, give them the love that they so truly deserve for the great work that they're doing. All right. So shout out to first timers from the week of the 13th of the 11th. So I believe Hayley Wilson is Hayley Marie, yeah, Narelle?
That is correct.
Awesome. So first timer, cycler. All right. So week ending the 20th of the 11th. So wait for it here because there's stacks. So we've got first time enrollers, Tash Forkhead, Rosio Neville, Lisa Wirch, Taralee McGrath. First time cyclists. So these are the guys who are earning their first amount of residual income, which is super duper. This is money that grows from the initial work that's done and can continue to grow. So you have Tracy Seddon, Renee Dishiera, Tessa, congratulations, Loretta Giandelli, Joe Benton, Helena Putnick, Tash Forkhead, Lisa Wirch, and Rosio Neville. So congratulations to our first-time cyclists along with Hayley. All right. So rank advancements for the week of the 13th. We have Hayley Marie ranking to consultant. Yay! Congratulations. Rank advancements to the week of the 20th of November. Hold on to your hats because this is a huge one. So we have Crystal Executive 2-star Golden Circle, Michelle and Brian. Woo! And where are they? Where are they? And we also have 2-star Crystal Executive, 3-star Golden Circle, Narelle and Richard. Yay!
Yep. To run the party.
Lainey Seddon to manager, Tracy Seddon to consultant, Renee Dishiera to consultant, Tessa to consultant. Congratulations. All your patience and persistence pays off, doesn't it? Laura Priestley to consultant, Joanne Benton to consultant, Helena Putnick to consultant, Tash Forkhead consultant, Lisa Wirch consultant, Rosio Neville to consultant, Jackie Veach to consultant, and Bianca Higgins to consultant. So huge week for Team Mad. Top cyclists for the week of the 13th of November, Narelle and Richard, congratulations. Debbie Morton, Billie Jean, congratulations. Michelle and Brian, Mel and Steve, congratulations, up there in the top end. Tam Lee, Narelle and Richard, your second spotty. Renee Forsyth, Jess and Adam White, and Lenley Fraser. Top cyclists for the week of the 20th. We have Narelle and Richard, congratulations. Michelle and Brian, congratulations. Paul Jamison, Lainey Seddon, Joanne Benton, Tracy Seddon, Michelle Lowe, Jaden Ben, Fiona Cool, yay, congratulations. Renee Dishiera, Jerry and Narelle, Deb Brown, and Vanessa Tucker. So congratulations. All right, now top enrollers. So apologies because we have to do 2 weeks in a row because unfortunately I forgot to set the Zoom last week. But anyway, you love it. So top enrollers for the week of the 13th, Narelle and Richard, Hayley Marie, Joe Benton, Helena Putnick, Karen Droost, Amy Nash, who else have we got? Debbie Morton, Michelle Lowe, Natasha Anderson, and Lee Pretty and Deb Brown. Where's Deb? Yay! Congrats, Deb. Woohoo! All right, and top enrollers for the week of the 20th. Narelle and Richard, Michelle and Brian, Lainey Seddon, she's on fire. Tessa, woohoo! Laura Priestley, Hayley Marie, Jackie Bishop, woo! Deb Brown again, Tracy Seddon, Renee Dishiera, Tash Forkhead, Rosio Neville, Lisa Wirch, Bianca Higgins, Jackie Vetch, BJ, whoop, whoop, Fiona Cool, congratulations, Kelly Cook, Georgie Lowison, Georgie's there somewhere, I saw her face, hi Georgie, and Jade and Ben. massive 2 weeks. So congratulations to all of you. Now, huge things coming up. So let's touch on the events. If you've got a pen and paper down there, you need to write down the events to know what's coming up in your region, know what's coming up close to where your friends are. So you have New Year's kickoff in Brisbane on the 7th of January. You have New Year's kickoff in Adelaide, which I know that a lot of you are going to, on the 14th of Jan. You have your New Year kickoff in Auckland, also on the 14th of January. New Year kickoff in Launceston on the 15th. New Year kickoff in Perth on the 15th. And New Year kickoff in Melbourne on the 21st. And New Year kickoff in Sydney on the 21st. So there is 8 events going on all around Australia within these couple of weeks together, really ramping up Isagenix into an amazing, powerful 2017. Now, if you don't know what's going on right now, you should be promoting the 9-day cleanse. That's going to kick off on the 5th of December. There is a group page that's been created just for people that are purely doing the 9-day cleanse. Now, if you've had people order their pack, they need to go into that group so that they are treated separately. They're going to be treated in that little group separately on their 9-day cleanse. They will be following that as is set out. So that means that on Monday the 5th and Tuesday the 6th are their shake days, and then they do double cleanse. They do 5 shake days and they do double cleanse. There will be a workout program that goes along with that. But let's get as many people into this and into that group as we can. If you don't know where that group is, you can ask Narelle or me or Shane or Richard, and we can put you in there. You can put people in there if they haven't ordered, and on the 5th, if they haven't ordered their pack, they get kicked out and they miss out. All right? That is enough from me. Fiona, it is your time now to kick off and let us know how we build consultants. How do we get our people paid? Everybody wants to know.
Okay. Basically, Heidi was telling us nothing really different to what we've been told before, except that she broke it down a little bit. Now, I've sent through 3 photos on Messenger. I actually asked for them to be emailed them to me, but he actually hasn't done it. But I have to go with what I've got. These are, the first one you'll see is just a visual which she uses as a loop, basically, that you just constantly keep repeating. So she started off with her presentation having a 2-headed monster, basically asking everybody what the significance of that was. And what it broke down to is really it's 2 heads are better than 1. We are all trying to do this on our own, and that's really counterproductive because it's actually better if you do it with somebody else. And that's not meaning we all have to do it with a partner. That means that you reach up or you reach down. So a lot of us are not actually reaching up, or they're not reaching down. Sammy and Brett touched on it last night as well. So obviously maybe the leaders have been chatting about this a little bit. I don't know, but I'm only reading between the lines with what Brett and Sammy said was it's reaching up and reaching down. So for reaching down, you everybody has access to the blueprints in our back office that we should be looking at every week. Pick a day, whether it be a Monday night or Sunday night. Most people do it Sunday or Monday because of it's the end of the Isagenix week. So they do it the Sunday for the Monday. So get out your print off your blueprints and then work your way through. So on your blueprint, you will see what's happening, who is enrolled underneath you, what they're doing, what they're not doing. And basically, if you have people underneath you that have a pirate, everybody knows what a pirate is?
Yeah.
Okay, pirate is...
So 2 seconds. So we can only see 4 levels down. So just making sure that people know that they can only see 4 PET. And sorry, I'm just going to step in over the top. Who knows what their blueprint report is? All right, who doesn't? So hands up if you don't know what your blueprint report is. Okay, all right, cool. So so you can go on, Fee, but you can see that possibly moving on from this, we actually need to have some training around the blueprint.
Okay.
Yeah, is that necessary right now when a lot of people on this call wouldn't have?
No, she was just giving it as an example of raise of reaching down.
Yeah, got ya.
Of course, raise of reaching up is obviously to your sponsor, or above if you're not getting it from your sponsor. Now, we're all very blessed on here that we have great sponsors that we can reach up to. So she basically was saying that if you want to earn $31,000 a year, which is basically your, as a 1-star, 10 cycles, that you would have to sign up 960 people. So that's obviously a lot of people to sign up. But if you were to not look at it that way and look at signing one person up, getting that person, and if you look at that photo I sent through, that one person, you actually have to hold them by the hand. It's not go off now and enroll somebody. You actually have to be responsible for that person and hold their hand the whole step of the way. And before their packs even arrived, we should have got them to contact 3 people, and we needed to have got onto a chat with 3 other people from this one. So if you've enrolled Mary, you get Mary to give her your 3 people, and we are to have that chat with those 3 people in that first few days before the products even arrive. So you can actually get Mary to consultant as she starts her program. And if we just constantly did that, we need 10 consultants, 5 on the right and 5 on the left to be an executive. If you were to have yourself and 2 other people actually doing something, it would work out that you're only having to enroll 76 people as opposed to 960. I didn't get the photo for this. I missed it, and I was supposed to get that sent through, but that didn't come through either. But if you can basically see what she's saying is either we do all of it, we enroll 960 people to get 10 cycles, or we enroll 10 people and turn them all into consultants straight away to then create the BV that we need, to create the cycles that we need, so that we're earning that $31,000 a year. And of course, as an executive, then you, of course, that your income increases because you've actually enrolled 10 people, and as an executive, you get extra bonuses. But it's about reaching out and reaching up, reaching down, reaching to the side, whoever you have to do. So we have to be the missing link, and we need to facilitate the process all the way through. So it's not just enough to say, go out and get somebody. You've actually got to say, okay, let's get somebody. So instead of saying, well, hey, do you want to do a business? It's about your posture. Instead of saying, would you like to do a business? We go, how about we get you a rebate on your products? So everybody wants a rebate. Everybody wants something for free. So if you word it differently, more people are inclined to go, yep, that sounds like a great idea. How do I do that? So you then say to them, look, who's 10 people? So you get them to actually write those 10 people out. So you're basically holding everybody that you enroll's hand to get them their first 10 people, and get those 10 people, have a conversation with those 10 people. You don't get them, your sponsor, you don't get your associate to do it, you actually do it with them. And if you could do 3 before the products even arrive, that helps with credibility. So it's all about people feeling like they're getting value when they've got credibility behind the products. You can actually get those people onto a conversation with you and the person you've enrolled, and it's their friend. There's the 3 of you having a 3-way chat. Now, obviously, if you're not comfortable doing that, that's when you reach to your upline to maybe handle that for you. So if you're not comfortable doing a 3-way chat, maybe you would call, if it was Narelle, you'd call Narelle, can you help me do a 3-way chat? And you might get Narelle to do that 3-way chat with someone. But it's about getting those contacts, but not getting lots and lots of enrolments, working one enrolment at a time and getting that enrolment to consultant. And if you just did that, it would get you to a consistent 10 cycles every week, which is 1 star, which is $31,000 a year, which is a nice part-time income. So the way you do it is basically you go around, if you look at that visual, we go around that circle of contact. So you offer straight away, if you look in the red, it's the obligatory conversation that we have to have. Brett and Sammy say it's, I can't remember the word they use, but basically we need to actually have that rebate conversation. It's the right thing to do. It's like not telling people, it's not sharing the opportunity to get some money back, but it's also, it's bad for us as well. So we need to have that obligatory three-way rebate conversation. Then we go into your three-way orientation call. So then you've had that conversation. Yep, I'd love to get a rebate. You've got them to get their 10 people. You've got 3 from that 10. Let's have a chat with these 3 people. And just go at it slowly but surely until you've worked your way through that list. Now, some people might not want to do that. So you then instead just pop them into the Facebook community, which we do anyhow, so that they've got that link to the Facebook community. They see the results. After a week or so, they're getting results. They're seeing the results in the Facebook community. You go back and have the rebate conversation with them again. It's not enough to just have it once. And basically, Heidi said that when she was first shown draw the circle and the lines off and the other circles and shown U+2, she was like, what the? It went right over her head. It didn't make any sense to her whatsoever. And a lot of people are like that, so we have to find a way to meet that person where they're at. Speak to them on a level that they can understand. So you might, by demonstrating the circle and the lines shooting off, might not work for that person. Keep it simple. Let's just get you a rebate. If we have a chat to a couple of people and get them started. Some people are very visual and want to see it. For some people, it just doesn't work. So instead of making it completely business-like, maybe make it a bit simpler and show them or tell them at a level that they can understand better. Now, if they still aren't interested, you go back again and you get them to, they've gone into week 2, they've had their first weigh measure, they've lost weight, they're doing really, really well, they're feeling fantastic. So you say to them, okay, let's put a result up on Facebook, but can we do a post on Facebook to show people your result? They might not be comfortable doing that. If they're not, you can actually say, well, I'll do it for you and tag you into it. Would you like that? Because some people aren't going to want to do it. But she said if it's about holding their hand every step of the way and building up confidence so that you could then get them back to, if you look, you'll see there's an arrow back up. It goes down and up and then down and up. So whenever they're not responding in that first time, you keep going back round and get back to would you like a rebate conversation? So then you make their list of 10 again, get them to do that list of 10 again, and once again, see if you can get them to get a rebate. So they might not get it in that first few days. It might take week 2 or week 3. But if you work at it simply, slowly but surely, one at a time, that's a better way and a more solid way. She found that in the beginning, she wasn't doing that. She was just sponsoring, saying to people, we'll go and do it. And people were like, well, okay, how? And lost. So instead of being lost, letting the person you've sponsored be lost, you actually hold their hand every single step of the way until they get it. So from then you go from you've done your Facebook post, they're feeling really good, they're getting some people interested, they'll get back to you and say, oh, look, Lisa, I've had a really great response. What do I do now? There you go again. You then help them have that three-way conversation so it goes around in a circle. And you just keep repeating it until they become a consultant. And if they've learned, as we all know, duplication's key, if they've learned how to do it and that they've been shown every step of the way, they can then do it for their people. Because if you just constantly look at doing it like that, don't expect it to be that you're going to enrol hundreds of people. Just work at one person at a time and helping them go along. Now, you might enrol 2 in 1 week, you might enrol 3. That's still a process that you can do. But it's about having those 7 points of contact again. So have your 7 touch points every day with each person and find a way for you to make that work for you. Some people, it's a diary. Some people, it's a calendar on their phone. Find what works for us, each individual one of each as us individuals, that you can then get to your people. So I know what way works for me. I have a big desktop calendar. I write down who's doing what, where they're up to, but you should be contacting everybody you enrol once a day for that first 7 days. You don't leave them hanging in the breeze. So you've given, either it's a text or a phone call or an email, but you give them some form of contact so that they feel like they're getting the support, because it's our job to actually get them to consultant. It's not their job, it's actually our job as their enrolling sponsor to get them to consultants. So that's with your newly enrolled people. Making sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. And especially the part about not just having the conversation once, because had Lisa not told me about this like 25 times, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. So, and I actually got cranky with her one time, which was normal at that point, because she told me over the phone, you +2, then +2, and I was like, I don't get that. I'm a visual person, Lisa. I have no idea what you're talking about. But when I started to get mental clarity and started to feel better and stuff around about day 6, and people started noticing, that's when I was like, so Lisa, what was that thing you were telling me about? And I have seen this over and over and over with the people that we enroll, over and over. Don't want anything to do with it. And then all of a sudden they'll come back and they'll go, just the other day I had someone say, did you enter me in the Nicer Body Challenge? I'm going all the way with this. And by the way, what's that thing you were saying about getting paid? And then you go back and you show them again and just keep showing them and showing them and showing them, because, you know, one day they'll say, yep, you know what, someone has asked me and they want to do it too.
Yeah, it was all, she was very much about the hand holding and really being there, very supportive for that person, because they're new to it. So if they're not feeling confident about having a conversation with someone they know, someone for them to enrol, you can actually sit together and maybe, or get on a Zoom or get on a phone conversation and write a bit of a script that you both agree on, you as the sponsor, your associate, and help them to write a bit of a script so that when you ring their friend and have that 3-way, that it flows and it's more comfortable. It's what the person you sponsor is happy with, and that you're happy to share. So that there's that, it's not feeling awkward, it actually feels really natural and it feels really, really safe. It's about breathing belief into the person. Yeah. The more belief we breathe into them, the more likely they are to share comfortably as well. But if they feel like they're on their own and they're floundering and they don't know what to do or what to say, and some people and most people don't ask. You know, when Heidi asked in the room, you know, put up your hand if you're comfortable ringing up and asking for help, over half the room wasn't. So it was a real indicator that a lot of people probably aren't asking for help, are floundering along, and that's why they're not getting anywhere. Whereas if they've reached up to their sponsor, or if it's not their sponsor, someone else, you know, in their team to help them get that next step. And then the more you repeat these actions, whoever we enrol is going to do the same. Because I would rather have 10 consultants and only have to enrol 96 people than to get to 1 star than 960. Because that's like a massive number in comparison. It's
that's the heavy lifting. That's the heavy lifting.
Yep. It's about working smart, not hard. You still work hard, but like you're not looking for those people. Similar to the numbers I think you did the other day, Lisa. Heidi showed it like that. It's about being able to get 10 people confidently sharing, and it just keeps building. And before you know it, you've got that BV coming up and through and you're getting paid, and of course your people are getting paid.
Absolutely. So the difference in what I showed, so, you know, realistically the difference so U+2, and then U+2 is direct selling, really? Like U+2 is direct selling. That's what
she said. That's exactly what she said. Yep.
And then, you know, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, you know, keep going. That's network marketing. And I just want to share something that I did yesterday. I did that exact presentation to somebody, and I showed them the U+2, then +2. I wrote that compensation plan down, and she thought that was great. And then I said, hang on, let me show you this, because you're going to love this. And I wrote all of that out for her. And her comment at the end of it was, wow, what am I working for? And I said, exactly. And my whole thing with teaching you guys that network marketing like principle, like I cannot stress enough for you to learn how to write that out and actually show that to somebody, because U+2, which is direct marketing, is like fishing for little fish, like constantly fishing for little fish and eating little fish over and over and over and over. Showing somebody, you know, how to earn 65,500 and something, you know, with part-time or full-time with a 90% failure rate is a big fish. And I don't care who the person says they are or thinks that they are, $65,000 part-time or full-time with a 90% failure rate is pretty good money in anybody's language. Okay.
Yep.
And we know we need to throw in the income disclosure. We know that income in Isagenix is dependent on work ethic, time, all of that type of stuff put in, and we really need to make sure that that we put the disclaimer in, because it is into the work that you put in. But the difference in the U+2 is direct selling. The difference in the 2 all the way down to 8,196 is network marketing, and we need to understand the network marketing model.
She touched on also too that we need to introduce the tools slowly. By saying to someone, you know, go to this and just watch that, it's highly likely they're not going to do it. So you find a way to introduce it to them slowly. Don't overload people, because the first thing they're going to see is they will see it as a business. If someone doesn't want a business, they're not going to even want to take anything you're saying on board. So look at it as getting them a rebate. Look at everybody you enroll, getting them to consultant, and then teaching them how to teach their people exactly the same. And that's how, before you know it, if you've got 10 people that are consultants and their 2 people are all teaching the same, the way they've been taught, you will end up with a great business, and it will be built on trust, on feeling safe and belief in the company, belief in the products, belief in the compensation plan, and belief in themselves. And that's what we need. You need to make people feel that it's not overwhelming, that by clicking on that business site they're going, oh my God, where do I start? Do it slowly, and help them do it one step at a time. Hold their hand, because basically that's our job. It's our job is to get them to consultant, and we do that by holding their hand every step of their way, every step of the way. It's not about just pointing and sending them off to do stuff. It's actually about doing it with them, holding their hand so that they completely understand. Help them discover the tools so that they can teach others how to discover the tools. And then, of course, duplication. That's the secret, because that's network marketing. That's not the U+. That's not the product. That's actually the business. It's showing people the tools and how to use them, but one at a time, slowly, so that they understand and they don't feel overwhelmed. And constantly, if it doesn't work, go back to the beginning and start again. So you might have got someone to the stage where, you know, they're happy to have shared their results. They're happy to have had a talk with a couple of people. just keep going back around and talk to them about getting that rebate again. Okay, let's set you up for the next month. So, okay, we enrolled 2 people. We've talked to 2 people, one joined up. We've talked to another person, they've joined up. Well, okay, let's talk to someone else and let's get you a rebate for next month, so that they understand that it can be an ongoing, you want to stay on these products for life by sharing and by constantly having that conversation. You'll keep giving them the confidence, and then they'll start having the little check deposited on the Tuesday morning, and before you know it, you'll have that amazing team of thousands of people and you'll be sitting comfortably at 10-star and beyond. But one at a time, slowly but surely. The other thing that she talked about was resistance. Don't fear it. It's actually good for us to have resistance because it teaches us to be more resilient and keep repeating the process. So if they're resisting, that doesn't mean that's only no for now. Doesn't mean it's no forever, it's no for now, unless they tell you differently, of course. But if they're saying to you no, just keep reminding them and keeping that confidence and those results, and keeping them connected and linked in to the Facebook page, and then talk to them again. So keep going around until you get that end result. And really, it's not what you know, it's who you are, what you do, and basically what you say that will make the difference. So if you think about it like that, it's not knowing lots and lots of people and having lots of people enrolled. It's about enrolling people, showing them who you are, doing the right thing by them, saying the right thing so that they feel supported through their journey, so they don't drop off. So if you enroll 20 people, that you keep 18 of those people active, as opposed to the fallout that we're experiencing at the moment. Heidi discussed lots of numbers for herself, where she'd enrolled so many people, but how they had not stayed with the program, and said it was because basically she didn't show them how that worked, how that they could stay on the program comfortably just by sharing and having that and holding their hand to get them at that stage. But yeah, go for the numbers. Yeah, go for it, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to share some numbers because I was privy to a small conversation at Top Achievers between Paul McEnany and Kylie Donaldson. And when Paul and Suzanne got to Millionaire, they had enrolled 84 people. And Kylie Donaldson has enrolled 140. So Lisa Crosby sitting here enrolled 250. Like I'm actually really excited by by where I'm at right now, actually fully in almost 3 years in actually understanding that this is not direct selling, it's network marketing. I wish that I had learnt that sooner, but I'm glad that I know that now, so that we can go forward and we can actually teach this to people.
Yeah. Heidi said the same. She said that must have been those numbers. And Paul and Suzanne were in the room. She said some of our millionaires out there enrolled numbers that would probably make you all pass out, because it's not as hard as it seems. We all are making it harder, when in actual fact what we need to do is just enroll those people, support those people where they're at, keep their hands held until they get to the stage where they're confident enough, until they're at consultant and they're showing their consultants how. And if they still aren't confident, you help them with their consultants as well. They're enrolled. So it keeps going until they're feeling safe and comfortable. And stop trying to be a sponsor monster. Just be more supportive of the people that you do have.
So, and I wanted to add something. Hang on, I'll think about it. I wanted to add something. There was something else that I wanted to say in with that as well, but I'll think of it. But yeah, this is so. Oh, actually, sorry. This is what I was going to say. What you touched on before. When you stay in kindness and in loving relationship with your people, no matter where they're at, working with them when they're at, circumstances change for people all of the time. Like you may have somebody that right now is in, you know, stable, happy employment. You know, they think that their job is safe, that they will never lose their job. And then, you know, come, you know, maybe 8 months' time, they get a letter that says, you know, we're sorry, we're moving our company offshore, where you're being made redundant. And then all of a sudden, something needs to change, you know. And if you have stayed in loving relationship, you know, drip feeding them this opportunity, always mentioning that it's there, you know, you would hope that they then look at this as the you know, as the great opportunity that it is. So yeah, you have to
She gave an
remember
example
that.
of one of her girls. 3 times she went round that circle, and 3 times this young girl was not the least bit interested. And then she wanted to go to America. And Heidi said, well, how about we work on getting you there then? And boom. And it was in America actually on Saturday. She'd sent Heidi some photo of her in New York, but basically she's become a 1-star within just by opening her eyes and her mind to the possibility, and by Heidi never giving up. It took quite some months, but she never gave up on it. She just constantly kept it there in the back of her mind. Well, how about, you know, but it's also about getting to know the person you've sponsored as well, what they want, being making the connection, being a true friend, as opposed to, well, you're just buying a product from me. Being an actual friend, so you know about their life, you know what they're doing, so that you can, if you hear them say something like, I'd really love to go on a trip to America, but I haven't got the money, you pick up on it. Well, I can show you how to do that. And that's what happened in her case. She showed this girl how to do that, stayed in that loving, kind relationship where just touching base all the time. She was a great product user, constantly kept on her products every month. But not interested. No, don't talk to me. And then one day in a conversation it came up, she really wanted to go to America. She was trying to find a second job to fund that. And Heidi said, well, how about I show you another way? And there you go. So always keep your mind and on heart open to what's possible. So, and keep their heart and mind open as well.
Absolutely. It's exactly the same as when you may first speak to somebody about Isagenix, and if they say no, you know, like if you keep circling back around to that person, always as a friend first and Isagenix second, or, you know, sometimes Isagenix never, always as a friend. You know, I don't like to guarantee stuff, but I almost guarantee that when their circumstances change and they need a change, that you'll be the person that they look to. You know, it's happened to us again, like tonight. We've had a couple that have been following us for how long? Ages, just random message. You know, my wife and I are really keen to do Isagenix now. Like, how do we get started? You know, it's just, and it's all by staying, you know, it's all by staying in friendship and circling back around to people and letting them know that you're always there for them as friends first. And, you know, Narelle, would you agree that this was the hugest part of what we spoke about? That there was, you know, massive leadership at Top Achievers. It was reiterated by David Wood. You know, we come from a place of friendship first, always coming from a place of friendship.
And Susan Skillen said one time at a Super Saturday in Melbourne, she said, just learn to love people because people are fascinating. And when you truly grasp that and then just become really just interested in their lives and just loving them from where they're at. Someone said to me yesterday, there's 3 rules to being successful. Love yourself unconditionally, love other people unconditionally, and forgive everybody. And I'm like, wow. You know, like when you actually just love, not judge people on if they're this or that or they're whatever, just love them. You become that person, and you just practice this more and more. It actually becomes habit, believe it or not, because this has started for me. And it becomes a habit that you just literally just meet people where they're at. Okay, that's where she's at. That's where he's at. That's okay. I like them anyway. It's all good. So, and I just like them for who they are. So when someone says no to you about Isagenix, that's not about you. If they say, I don't want to refer people, that's not about you. But like Lisa said, just continue to be friends with them. And then one day they're going to say, can you tell me about that? And you'll say, of course. Or you just, like Fiona said, pick up on hints in their conversation.
Yeah. Heidi even made mention of the, hundreds of launch parties that she's done, and really that how it was great. Like it got her to where she is, but she now is more productive by actually, she travels around a lot. Like obviously she's a millionaire, she's got a big team. She's traveling all over the state, all over Australia, with a bowling ball in front of her and about to have a baby, and she's still getting on a plane or getting in a car to go to people and help them have their first launch, or just to help them sit and have a conversation with 3 friends casually to help them build themselves up to, if they're interested. Obviously, if they're not, you're not going to get on a plane for anybody, but if they really are wanting to do it, that she's prepared to pour that love and support and belief into that person and get them to where they want to be.
And there's a good book that she recommended.
Sorry?
There's a good book that she recommended. There's a good book she recommended, How to Build Network Marketing Leaders, and but it's by Big Al Schneider. And he says in that he gives an example of one time he went to, he flew in from America to London, and he got off the plane and he was exhausted, and he went and met with someone. And they didn't join, nothing happened. And then the guy said to him, "Oh, my friend's just called. He's in Scotland. It's 6 hours away. He'll meet us 2 hours closer. So it's a 4-hour drive. He may or may not join. Can you come and meet him?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, okay. Like, all right, I'll come." And then someone else asked him once, like, "Are you crazy? Why did you do that?" He said, "You're exhausted. You just flown, blah, blah, and then you may or may not join." And he said, "It wasn't about the new person. It was about my person, showing them that I was willing to do anything for them to help them." And so Richard and I had a conversation about this, because we went to Broken Hill and the circumstances around us going to Broken Hill were not good. I'd driven to Melbourne, meant to fly back, ended up driving back, drove all the way to Broken Hill, which is 3 hours away. Then, and there was no one there. There was no one at Broken Hill. But it wasn't about if there were people there. It was about Michelle and Brian, right? So we showed up. We're like, here's, we're holding your hand. If no one's there, that's okay. We're there to catch you. It's all right. And so once we did that, I personally believe this was a big, part of our building a relationship with Michelle and Brian, and showing that we were there for them. And yep, okay, it's okay. This happens to the best of us. People don't show up. But it's just that commitment to your team, no matter what, no matter if you're tired, no matter what, you're going to be there to catch them and you hold their hand. Yeah.
Yeah. As she said, resistance is good. Failures, we learn from it, and we take it on board of how to do it differently next time. But don't see it as, and don't throw in the towel. It's just part of failing forward.
And in what other business can you fail forward every single day and still have this amazing infinite income ability at your fingertips? Like, it's like literally like golden. Like, you can stuff up, and still do great things. Like, it's, and the ability to be able to like learn something that all of a sudden that just clicks with you, and then that's the next, that's the next thing for you. You suddenly get it and you're like, oh, I get it. Here I go. So brilliant tips. I just want to mention something that one of a new lady of ours has done, and this kind of touches on that, like introducing people and getting them paid really quickly. So we've got a new girl, Tara, and without even, like, it was her idea, she did it herself. She put her nearest and dearest, closest, most supportive friends in a group chat, and she called it Tara's ISA Journey. Now, people could obviously leave that chat if they wanted to, but it's basically just like her kind of like daily journal of what she's doing with her 30-day program. And so that's what she said, you are my closest, most dearest and supportive friends. I'm looking for all the accountability that I can get because I want this to be successful. This is basically my last shot. So I'm calling for you to be accountable and to be supportive. Leave the group if you want to, otherwise cheer me along. She didn't ask them, she just put them in there, and if they wanted to leave, they could leave. you know. So it's just, I would encourage you to actually encourage every single person that starts to do exactly the same thing. And of course, obviously, you get put into that as well.
Yeah. Now, what we didn't touch on was if people aren't on Facebook, and that was a question that we needed to follow through. So I'm having quite a few people that aren't on Facebook interested. Anybody got any tips on how you get them to look at Facebook?
Yes, Nikki Bell said, she said, all you do is you tell them just to set up an account in their cat's name or something, and like just be on their inner group, and you just like basically just walk them through it, get them on a video call or something and set up an account with them.
Okay.
That's what Nikki Bell said too. Yeah. And because I was like, oh, how do you deal with these people that aren't on bloody Facebook? I'm like, it's so easy to talk to them on Facebook and give them information and build belief. And she goes, get them on Facebook. Just if they don't want to be themselves, get them to put themselves on in their cat as a cat. Well, so that was her tip. That was really good.
Great. Thanks, Narelle.
All right.
And we also say to people, can we please put you, like, you know, you would have to say to them, look, you know, we really encourage you to go onto Facebook. Not, you know, you don't have to use it for the social media purposes and do all that stuff, but we really encourage you to come on just to be a part of our support group, so you can see what we see and you can feel what we feel. Like, you have to give it to them in those emotions, right? Because and exactly the same when you're talking to somebody. I really encourage you to join our support group, so you see what we see, you feel what we feel, and you know what we know. Right?
And the other thing I did say, if you're getting people to post that are uncomfortable on Facebook, you can do it without their head, out a name. It doesn't have to be a personal, like as personal as some of them are. And she understands that some people are not willing to share, but if they do agree to it, that's one of the ways that a lot of people will come around, is by actually saying to them, well, look, let's pop your results up. Just pop their first name. It doesn't have to be their last name, and then take the head off.
Yeah, interesting, because I've seen a few of those, and I actually read somewhere, don't put headless people on because it just looks weird.
Looks dodgy.
Pardon? Looks dodgy. Yeah, looks a bit scammy. Yeah, so I was like, I'm not sure about that. So I don't usually put people without a head. I think that looks...
I actually thought it was a bit weird too, but...
Yeah. It looks like photos to...
You don't even have to, like, if they don't want to put a photo up, they don't have to.
People are too skeptical.
They could just write a testimonial. Like, they don't have to put a picture. They could just write a testimonial to you. So same thing. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Is there anything else that we wanted to add about creating the consultancies?
No, that's basically all. And with the pirates, just keep going through those lists of people and helping them because your pirates are actually, you know, they're halfway there. Don't ever underestimate them. Keep them a list. So actually have your list of all your pirates, whether they're your pirates or they're your PT, and keep that list of pirates and work your way through it. And obviously, if there's a lot, which there can be at times, just pick 5. Okay, I'm going to work on 5 today and 5, and break it down. But should have that list of pirates and keep contacting them, and then going through the same script again, talking to them about the rebate, building the belief, holding their hand, getting them to post on Facebook to get them to consultant.
So you'll see that on Mondays when I put up the reports. So I put those people on our ISA Help and Grow page, so I can get 4 PET, and I put all of those people on there. That's why I take a picture on it and I put it, and I'll tag you if you are their enrolling sponsor, and then I'll tag that person if they're on the ISA Help and Grow page. I would suggest that if you actually have somebody that's a consultant and they're not in that ISA Help and Grow page, they should be there. Like, they really should. There's a lot of people that are consultants that aren't in there. If they choose not to be in there, they can remove themselves. But that really is where, you know, where it's at, showing them the possibility.
And another thing too is that page, like today I put a post about payday, and I got that from Brett and Sammy, like back when we were in their group, in their business group, and I was not getting paid at that point when they first put that post on about payday and how much did you get paid and what did it mean to you. And I could not believe, I don't even know why I was in the group, I might have been a consultant, and Alan Richardson, I remember this 2 years ago, wrote, it was a slow week, we got $4,600. Well, I promise you, I nearly fell off my chair. Right? I was like, because Brett and Sammy, to me, like, that was unrealistic. I was never going to get, like, in my head, $30,000 a week, whatever. I couldn't comprehend those figures, right? And then I thought, oh, it's in, you know, my negative mind was, it's in their best interest to tell me that I'm going to make that money and blah, 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 right? But then Alan, who had no financial ties to me whatsoever, had written this, just an independent little comment on a post. And I was like, holy crap. Why do you even work? You know, like, I could not believe that this was going on. So when I posted today, and some people shared, and thank you so much to those that did, the people that didn't, I encourage you to go back and put your earnings, because it inspires your team and inspires other people. They're like, oh, I know Deb, I can do that too, right? Or I know Tessa, I get that, I can do that. So, you know, you never know who you're inspiring. It's not a brag thing. It's not like, oh, look, I got $3,000. It's not like that. It's more like, hey, I want you to have money too. The last thing we want to hear come out of your mouths is, sorry, I can't afford it. Can't afford to go to that event. Can't afford to get my products anymore. Can't afford to stay in that hotel. Can't afford to come out for dinner with you guys. We hate that. So, you know, the fun really does stop when people stop getting paid. So put how much you earn and inspire. Let's lift everybody up and inspire everybody to get paid too. We all deserve it. Everybody does.
And to come to top achievers. Like, what? Like, seriously. And, you know, and yeah, thank you very much. I had some very interesting financial paradigms happening when you put that up, because I'm like, I'm not going to put mine up. But then, you know, it's to actually be really proud of what we have done. Of somebody actually, who was it? Who posted up and they said they actually drew a line in the sand. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Anyway, somebody wrote on there, then they said, I decided to get serious and I decided it was time and I drew a line in the sand. And I'm like,
I think.
Who? You?
Haley?
Yeah.
Haley. It was Haley. Yeah.
Was it Haley or was it you, Tessa?
Oh,
No, it was Haley.
Okay. So, yeah, you know, like that. And that to me was inspiring. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, here I am sitting with this amazing, you know, $5,000 a week. And I'm like, you know, shy about sharing that. And I'm like, no, you know, like we work for this and we have worked for it. And that's where you need to understand that if you want this is doable by your want. Actually, I would say it's doable by your need. So, you know, everybody talks about why, you know, why do you want to do this? You know, what is it why needs to make you cry? Everybody's got a why. Everybody will have an overarching reason why they want to do it, why they want to do it. But when your why becomes a need, like, you'll go to work. Guarantee you will go to work.
Yeah.
And I will be 100% honest with you. I went to work in this when I couldn't pay for a $7 magazine for my daughter. I didn't have $7 in my purse. I didn't have $7 in my bank account. I had a business that was going broke. I stressed week after week about how I was going to pay wages and keep the door open and not be a miserable fucking failure. And the last thing I wanted to do was continue to say no to my daughter. But bigger than that, I did not want to be a failure in my local community. And so when my need to not fail at something was like bigger than anything else, I went to work. And I got excited. I got excited when a little bit of money dropped into my bank account, and that money, like, I have to say in the beginning, it wasn't used on me. My money in the beginning, our money in the beginning, was used to keep my business doors open and my staff paid and bills paid. And then when that was covered and we had a little bit of breathing space, then it turned to us. But it is so much. And then the second point came when Narelle sent me a message, and she said, "Thank you so much. I just earned $700 and I've been able to pay for my son's birthday party."
It was actually more than that. It was the Crystal Director bonus, and I got this crazy amount of money for a single mum on Centrelink. And
yeah.
I was like, and then I got Christmas presents as well. I couldn't believe it. We actually had Christmas. So, you know, when I say I was broke, it's not just a line. I really was broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it went from being, a need for me into, putting back and giving back in, my skills and my learning, my time, my energy back into helping other people achieve what I had. And the achieving was like the loss of the freaking knot in the stomach when you have to fucking pay a bill and you got no money. And that is what I want for everybody. Like, and you're not, you might not have that knot. Like, you being able to go on a holiday, and just go on your dream holiday, or, whatever it is for you, like, we want that so badly for you. Like, we want it so badly for you, but how we want that bad for you, you have to want that 1,000 times better for yourself. Because just like you want someone to have success on the program, you can't drink their shake for them. Just like we want you to earn money, we can't talk to your people for you. We can't listen to the podcast. We can't make the calls. We can't start the 3-way calls. What we can do is sit back here and wait. Like, we can give you a slight nudge and say, come on, what are you doing? But we cannot take the action for you.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. But yeah, the fun part is, like, I changed my thing today. I was like, my shift from Top Achievers, like, I didn't have one the other day. Someone said, what was your massive shift? And I'm like, I don't know. It was all nerve-wracking and scary and stuff. And then today I went, when Tessa wrote, I got this much money, right? I went, now that is what I'm excited about. I love coaching people to health, but if I can do both, where they get wealth and health, whoa, that's mind-blowing. Like, how much can you change someone's life? Like help them change their life. It's just crazy. And Trudy Tyson, who she just stayed on an auto ship and just got great results, and she could afford her son's glasses with the money she got back from referring 2 people. Her son couldn't read because he couldn't see. Then she videoed him reading. Like, money's not an evil thing. That's why we need to be proud of what we earn, because it gives us choices. And guess what? We can help everybody earn the same thing. Why are we evil for that? We're not. So be proud, Lisa.
Yeah, I'm proud. Money's like oxygen. Everybody needs it to live. I'll say that over and over. Like, if I come to you and I touch on this and we talk about money, I will tell you that money is like oxygen. Everybody needs it. And if you say you don't need it, you need it more.
That's so true. If you say you don't need it, you're broker than all of us.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I see through that. I've learned to see through that because I used to do it myself. So it's all good. All right.
So did I.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's enough on that. I think hopefully you understand our passion really is. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you so much for sharing all that. And hopefully, you guys understand that our passion is in it for you. Like, we really are. Like, our passion is in it for you to be able to reach down and help you up. But it's almost like you've got to walk the stairs too. Yeah. So you've got to walk up. You've got to walk up the stairs too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
What I did say, but don't get overwhelmed by it. Don't think it's just too big and it's too enormous and that we can't do it. She said by doing it one person at a time and keeping it simple and it fills your cup, but it also fills that other person's cup. And before you know it, becomes habitual, and you're doing it all the time, and you're building this great business. And it's not this overwhelming thing and something that you don't think you could ever manage.
No, and I still, you know, I'm still so in love, like, with my seeding. And if you haven't picked this up already and thrown this into your verbiage when you're talking to someone and you're starting them off, you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. You know what I did when I first started? I started with my husband and my friend, and we all supported each other, and it was so good, and we were so successful in our first 30 days. Like, what about your husband and your friend? Like, who do you have around you that supports you in everything that you do, that you could do this as a threesome? Like, it's just that, it's like, so it's just such a small, excited, like, add-on to what we do, because you're already that person's already gonna think that subconscious mind is already gonna go to the husband, to the friend who can do this with me. Like, you don't kind of need to do the work, because you've planted it in the subconscious brain. Like, please try it. Like, seriously, please try it. Yeah.
Yep. Great way to say it. That's exactly what Heidi did. She said it exactly like that. She just said it's all in your posture and in your wording. If you word it to people correctly, they won't see it as, oh my God, what do you mean? Just see it as, let's get your rebate. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple by, let's get your rebate on your product so we can get you on this program, especially if they've got a bit of a goal and you know that it's something they want to, that won't happen in the first 30 days, or even regardless of that, it is a lifestyle program. And once they're feeling amazing, use, again, the seeding and putting the words in. Now you're feeling so fantastic. You felt so great. I'm really ecstatic that you're feeling really great. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could just stay on these products and never have to feel the way you used to feel? So let's find a way. Let me show you the way. I'm going to show you and I'm going to guide you so that they can continually stay on the program. So it's not looking like that you're turning it into this business for them, even that it's you're helping them just get their products paid for, so they can always feel fantastic.
Yeah. Can I just add something else in, just in terms of like seeding? So when the price present, you know, like the network marketing presentation I did for a lady yesterday, and I told her, you know, I did the, you know, let's call it the Jimmy Smith compensation plan. So I presented that to her, and I said, and what about the most amazing thing about this is that this is the infinite possibility for you, and all you have to do is commit to spending $200 per month, month after month. And she's like, really? I go, yeah, you just have to stay active on Autoship with a 100 BV order, which is going to be about $200 a month. Do you think you can do that? And so then what happens? You know, like, you're teaching people to stay loyal and committed. Yeah. So really, by George, really encourage you to really get that one down pat. Alrighty, does anybody else want to jump on, have a chat, tell us how you're going, ask any questions about the 9-day stuff, have any feedback, anything else like that? Anybody want to chat?
Lisa, we're going to run a New Year's kickoff in Mildura. We're speaking to Kath McAuliffe about it tomorrow. So Richard and I are going to do that, and might organise for someone to come up or down or somewhere to come and speak as well. So probably will.
That's
probably
awesome.
ask you to come up, Lisa, I reckon.
Well, let me know. I've got a commitment on that, like that Peter Pub weekend, which is whatever day. I think that's like the 7th maybe. I can do, that's a Saturday, so I've got that committed and locked in already, and then we go away on the 11th. So yeah, we can do it. Like, I was trying to think about that, like when I can get up to you guys to roll out the InTouch training, but I'm like, you know what, I don't even know what day's Christmas Day. Yeah, I was even thinking like New Year's Eve actually is the 31st. We'll figure it out. We might even have to be that last week of December, so yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
Okay.
And who's like Julie? Who's coming to the In Touch training? So who has agreed? And if I'm just going to touch on that In Touch training, because this is something that's going to start to be rolled out. If you're not close to us here in Victoria, don't worry, because it'll start to be rolled out. Either us coming up to you or us putting you into a group to do the In Touch training. So basically what it is it's either 4 to 6 hours of training in a small group. So it's about 6 to 8 people all in a room with one or two people facilitating. We're digging deep into the why, actually into the income that your goal is, into the why behind why you're doing it, and then rolls into the 6 skills of Isagenix. So that's basically what the In Touch is. It was seen that it seemed to be that it's kind of like the thing that is needed after each big event is actually to draw small groups of people together to actually hone down on the information that's given at big events. And of all the people that are doing them at the moment, their teams are exploding. They are getting people rank advanced like crazy, and they are getting people paid, and then those people are duplicating. So what would happen is, say I would go up to Majura and I would facilitate one for Narelle and say a group of six to 8 people, and then I would drop off and Narelle would do it for another 6 to 8 people, and she would drop off, and then somebody else would take it. So you see what it means? It's like somebody does and they drop off, somebody does, they drop off, somebody does, they drop off, and then they start rolling around everywhere. All good? So Mel, can you please let us know what's happening in the Northern Territory?
Okay, yeah. So what we've been doing up here, we're quite a small little team up here from sort of everyone else's team. We've been running weekly launch parties. So every single week, someone is having a launch party at their place. We run them on Sunday mornings. So it's go to the gym, go for a walk, come have a cleanse drink, and then go home. They've been really good. So people that are, not able to come one week, it's all right, don't worry, come next week. Oh, I've got yoga, that's all right, come at this time. So people are sort of coming each week, which is really good. So as I said today, build it and they will come. In the new year, we are, before that, we actually just bought a house in the Northern Territory. So it has the most amazing place. Thank you. It has a really good outdoor area, and obviously here you want to be outdoors. So we are going to be running a weekly session from my place every week, where it's weigh-in Wednesdays. So whether it's weight loss, weight gain, or maintenance that you're wanting to do, it's going to be coming in and using the scales, accountability, and chat about your highs and lows as well. So that's happening up here in Darwin.
Awesome. Well done.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. So anything else happening locally, around and about, anywhere? I think everyone's dropped off now, so maybe it's a great time. Hi, Shani, for jumping on. Lovely girl, but we're just about to drop off. So this has been recorded, Chicky, so I'll put it up as soon as it's done, and then you can catch the recording. So, yeah. So if nobody has anything else to add, thanks so much for jumping on and taking time out on your Tuesday night. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that you can see through that through the chat, or actually I'll ask Fiona to put those pictures up on the ISA Help and Grow page so you can see what she was talking about, and that we constantly be reaching up for help, and reaching down to our people to bring them up to help, to always be getting them paid. Fiona, I think she was looking for the words to say what Brett and Sammy say, but it's your responsibility as a sponsor. It's your responsibility to show your people how to get their products paid for, how to help them sustain their lifestyle for free. And we know that some people won't want to do that, but there's a great majority that may. And they may only want to share with 1, 2, or 3 people. That's great. And then you'll have a small portion of people who want to who actually want to go ahead and build a business. but remembering that we always work in love and friendship with people where they're at, you know, at that time. BJ just asked me a question about the session. So it is the 11th of December. It's at 8 a.m. in Greensborough. It'll go for 4 hours before we then go to the oh my God, I was about to say contours. The Isagenix Christmas social gathering in Richmond. So, all right. So if you haven't responded to that already and you really want in, you need to let me know, because there were 5 places taken already, and there's only 6 people that we can do to get it all done in time. All right. So peace out. Have an amazing week. Please make sure that you reach up, ask for help, and know that we are here to help you guys be amazingly, wonderfully, 1000% successful. See you later.